because I don't like weakness. I don't like none of that shit. I don't like to be weak. I don't like to be crying. I don't. Heartbroken, bitch. Fuck you. Hey y'all, it's Lil Maddie and it's like it's because I'm back with another video and I'm ashy as fuck. Oh, that's too much. I said I'm back with another video, and in today's video I actually just kind of wanted to do like a reflection of how 2021 has been treating me from January to December. We're preparing for Christmas, we're also preparing for the new year, and I just want to like basically like walk y'all through how everything has been. 2021 really has felt like such a long ass year for me. Like I was literally pre-recording this video and I was sitting there like, dang, like all that stuff really happened to me in this year. Like that's crazy. All this stuff really happened to me in 2021 and we're still in this fucking year. So it's just like, wow, that's crazy. Like it's just so crazy. A lot of things has happened to me. Today I woke up not really feeling too good, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and I'm make a YouTube video. I'm gonna try to get myself together, just do things that I think are gonna make me happy. Ignore the fact that I look like a naked mole rat because I don't got no lashes. Literally, I had enough lashes to look decent. I pulled them all off because I don't know, they was just bothering me. And I woke up like last night, I was not feeling good. I was, you know, just really emotional. This morning it was even worse. I probably spent like 3 hours crying straight. And I'm not even an emotional person. I don't be emotional. I don't cry often. I don't know how to explain. With that being said, y'all, I just decided that since I'm not really an emotional person, I don't like to vent. I don't like to talk about my feelings. I only really discuss my feelings to myself, for real. So I was like, you know what, there are probably people who are just like me, who are going through things, probably going through similar things, and this year has probably been very hard for them. And I'm just gonna reflect so that nobody feels alone. Nobody feels like they are going through a situation alone, or they're the only one going through, or they're stuck and don't have no one to talk to, because that's not the case. Like, you're never alone, and I don't like to feel alone. So I know people, I don't like to feel alone, but I definitely make myself feel alone because I don't like to talk about my feelings to people. So I feel like if you really do feel like that, dang, now there's someone to be blinding me. If you feel like that, you can always like DM me on Instagram. You can DM me or chat with me on YouTube. Even if you want it to be anonymous, don't ever feel like you're alone in a situation. I'm definitely not one of them people who are gonna judge or like talk crazy. I just really don't want people to feel alone in this world, because feeling alone can really lead to depression and really make you sad. The sun is really hitting right now, but damn bitch, she want to be all in my damn yeah, like she kind of fucking me up a little bit. Y'all, I'm trying to get y'all the best lighting possible, but it's hard out here for a pimp. All right, I'm gonna just let's roll with it. This video is supposed to be raw anyway, fuck that shit. So yeah, so basically I'm not really an emotional person. I don't really like to talk about my feelings. So if you're like me and you just don't know how to deal with that stuff sometimes and it becomes too much and you really want to get your burden off, just like I really am here, like just talk. Like that's how I feel like my channel should be relatable. So I woke up not feeling too good, you know, crying and just going through some stuff, you know, really emotional. I don't even know, because that's not me at all. I mean, my period is not scheduled to come to the end of the month, so it's not that. You know, I just really feel like I've truly battled a lot over the year, and I really just been thinking about it, and it just really made me cry, because I really have been through a lot in this year. For me to be 21 and the things that I went through, yeah, it was really painful. So basically I'm just gonna kind of walk you guys through each month and just reflect on myself, kind of like a video diary in a way of everything I went through. Some things I'm not gonna get into detail because I'm gonna either save them for another story time, or I just don't want to talk about it because I just don't want to talk about it right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to like walk y'all through it. Y'all, I'm sorry if I'm squinting and looking crazy because the sun is like really doing the most right now. Like, come on girl, you're blinding me. But yeah, so I'm just gonna try to like tell y'all about what's been going on. This video is probably all over the place. I have no idea what it's gonna look like until I edit it. But I hope it comes out some way, in a way that's basically just a self-reflection and just letting you guys know that like it's okay to not be okay. You don't always have to be strong. I'm the strong friend, you know. I'm always the one people run to when they have problems. Everybody comes to me for advice, and I'm always the one who never breaks down, never cries, never gets emotional. Ooh, bitch, you better not cry. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. I'm always the strong friend who never, like, you know, breaks down, never gets emotional. I put makeup on so I wouldn't cry. So, yeah. But, yeah, I'm always a friend who never, like, you know, who never breaks down in certain situations. And everybody, you know, depends on me to be strong, depends on me to keep pushing, you know. It's always been my dad's motto to me. It's always think intellectually, not emotionally, handle your problems, you know, solve your problems with actual logic rather than, you know, being emotional and sitting in your emotions, which I think is very true, but it's also made me very hard. Like, I really don't have emotion most of the time, or know how to express my emotion. Most of the times when I'm sad or angry, I'm constantly battling between you know, the logical way to think about it and handle it, or being emotional and acting out emotionally. And it's a lot of things battling between being 21, I'm still young, I still have a young mind in a way, but then also being mature as hell, like with how I handle certain things, because I just feel like some stuff just doesn't need to be handled emotionally. And I don't know if it's because my dad literally instilled that into me, or if it's just because I just don't be feeling like putting the energy. I don't really know, but sometimes it's really hard because I have a really bad habit of harboring emotions, and I really do put all my emotions in a bottle inside my body, and just when that time comes, everything just feels like it's just coming out at once. And even still, like, it doesn't always feel like good to even get all those emotions out, because it's certain ways that I want to react in that moment and I choose not to. So it's just, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but yeah. So anyway, I don't want this video to be too long, but it's definitely going to be a little lengthy, so just stay tuned for the ride. So let me just get into the self-reflection or whatever, you know. But basically this video is just because I just want you guys to, like, understand that everything isn't always perfect in people's lives, and you can't get yourself beat up over social media and things like that, because things don't always look how they seem. Mental health is a really big thing, you know. My mental health has been a roller coaster throughout this whole year, and yeah, so let's just get into the reflection. So one thing for me, whenever winter time comes, I instantly get like seasonal depression or whatever, and I didn't realize it until this year actually, that that's what it is for me. I started paying attention to the patterns of my behavior and my feelings, and that's when I realized, you know, I really do get seasonal depression whenever it starts getting dark early, whenever it starts in the winter months. You know, I'm cool, but like I also get really depressed. That's when I start to feel the most alone. Even when I'm not alone, I still start to feel that way. I start to really overthink life a lot in those months when it's getting closer to the new year, and that's when I just get the most depressed. And I really, you know, had to go all the way back to like my freshman year of college and realize, you know, fall semester I was losing my damn mind, and every fall semester I was losing my damn mind, going crazy. And I'm like, why is it that every fall semester I feel so worthless? And I'm like, you know what, it can't be that every fall semester I feel worthless and spring semester I feel energized, because it gotta be seasonal depression, you know. So I just feel like that's what I go through every time it starts getting cold or whatever. And just considering all the stuff that I've been through within this year, it really heightened my seasonal depression. So in January, you know, that's still winter, so I was still coming off of seasonal depression from 2020. But it started around like November of 2020. I was very sad, felt very alone, you know. I just didn't feel like myself, and I actually have it written in my diary and like my journal, whatever, that I was feeling this way, you know. That's why I like to write things down, because I can go back and look. But I was really feeling like a loner. I wasn't feeling like I was doing good. I was really betting a lot. I was in school taking 2 sciences and a full load at that, mind you, 2 sciences and then 2 other classes I did not need because I didn't have to take them. I just was taking them to be a full-time student. So I was battling that, you know what I'm saying. Both my science classes were kicking my ass, so I really was feeling like I wasn't doing good. I was never going to make my goal of becoming a nurse and being able to apply to nursing school and things like that. So I was dealing with that, and you know, I was reaching out to a person, you know, and they were also battling with their own issues, and it made me feel like really worthless in a way, because I was always there, even putting my depression aside to be with them, and they just weren't there emotionally for me. And it made me feel like, you know what, I don't know, like I really felt alone, I really felt like I was battling everything I was going through alone. So January, I really did still feel like that. I really felt alone. You know, I felt like I wanted to give up on school. I wanted to give up on everything. Things just didn't seem like they were doing good. Mind you, I didn't go into the new year all happy and cheery as I thought I was. I didn't. So it was like, you know, I started my new year off bad, so I just feel like everything gonna be bad from the rest of the year. Really good prediction, because that's really how it was. So my 2021 wasn't terrible. Like, I've done a lot of shit in this year, but at the same time, a lot of things, you know, have set me back. So basically, January was cool, whatever, you know. I was really battling the alone feeling, you know, and it was a prelude to the things that were gonna come, because I could start feeling the shift in energy of stuff, and just how everything was vibing, just everything was just, I knew stuff wasn't gonna be right, and I should have known stuff wasn't gonna be right. So then, you know, February comes. That's my birthday month, 2/11. Don't ever forget it. Aquarius season per. You Aquarius gang, comment Aquarius emojis down below, because, you know, and comment your birthday, because you might be my birthday twin, period. But yeah, so I was really feeling like, you know, my birthday, the beginning of February was perfect, fine. Like, my birthday, I had an amazing time. I'll link the vlogs and things like that for my birthday up here. Like, I had an amazing time. My birthday was so fun. Like, I loved my birthday. I turned 21 per legal. But like, my birthday was amazing. I enjoyed my birthday. I had so much fun on my birthday. After my birthday though, that's when my life was like, bitch, pop, pop, mink, 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 mink. Like, literally, like, shit was like hectic, y'all. So February started right after my birthday. Fuck. Right after my birthday, y'all, right after Valentine's Day, things really started getting bad, you know. I went through a really bad breakup. Me and my ex broke up February 26th. Mind y'all, we were living together, so it was pretty bad. Yeah, so we went through a really bad breakup from February, and you know, February only got like 28 days in it, so that quickly turned to March, and I was still battling the breakup in March. You know, really bad. Like, it really bad. I'm not really gonna talk too much about it, because I kind of want to make a story time about it later in my life when I'm completely healed. But right now, baby, I don't think I could talk about that story without crying. I'm not trying to cry on camera. But yeah, so we went through a really bad breakup. We were living together, we had an apartment together, all that stuff. So just don't make assumptions, because the fuck. But like, just, you know, keep in mind that like, it was pretty, I'm just saying it was pretty bad. And I really did lose myself from that situation, because I just felt lost. Like, I already was going through seasonal depression, and I already felt alone. Oh bitch, you better not cry. Woo! I already felt alone, and I just felt like, you know, I didn't have nowhere to really turn to. Like, my mom is very supportive. She's always there for me. I know I can cry on her shoulder. My friends are very supportive. Like, I have the best friends in the world. Like, when I need to vent, they're there to listen. You know, my best friend, my Jaya, everybody is very, very there for me, you know. But I'm so personal and reclusive. I don't like for people to know my business. That's one. I could be suffering in silence, and I just don't tell people, because I don't know, I just feel like I don't like for nobody to be able to build an opinion off of something I said in a moment. So it's just like, I don't like to tell people my business, because I don't want it to continue, you know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to my relationship or anything like that. Like, I have to really be like dying to talk about it, because it's like, if I'm gonna tell you about it, why? So you can think something about my relationship when I go back. I don't like talking about that type of stuff, so I just kind of keep it to myself. But yeah, so February we went through a really bad breakup, you know. I really lost myself in that. I will admit it, I did lose myself. I really did. He was my first love and all that type of stuff, whatever. I'm not going to get into it. But yeah, so I did lose myself. Definitely, I lost 20 goddamn pounds, y'all. I was 150, you know, 150, 145, you know, ranging between there. Because I was already kind of losing weight then. But a bitch is got to 120 off that breakup. Oh gosh, off that breakup, a bitch got to 120. That's 30 motherfucking pounds. I should never. I lost my dump trunk. I lost my big old booty. The titties I did have, gone, wiped out completely, not there no more. Yeah, I will admit, I definitely did lose a sense of who I was. I have a candle business, shop LITWICKS on IG. I lost all, like, I put my business on the back burner because I was not doing good. So I did not want to, that's not where I wanted my head to be. Mind you, I'm still dealing with school, finishing out the semester, dealing with everything on top of dealing with a breakup. So I really started slacking in school in the last couple of assignments and shit like that. I just didn't give a fuck about. I definitely didn't care no more. So March comes, you know, that's the semester's still dealing with school. Didn't really care about it. We're online in the middle of a pandemic still, because we're still dealing with COVID to this day. So mind you, we were still dealing with COVID back then. So school online was not it at all. I don't know what, like, I should have took that semester off because it was just crazy. But just dealing with all of that, trying to take anatomy and microbiology online at University of Maryland, don't recommend. 0 out of 10. So I was really battling that, really going through that and going through a breakup, and just really trying to figure out why things were the way they were, why things were happening to me, the way they were happening to me, and all that. So that was pretty much March. March wasn't actually all that bad though. I went to Puerto Rico, I believe, in March. I think I went to Puerto Rico in March with my mom. That was my first time going to Puerto Rico. I had a blast in Puerto Rico. So if you never been and you want to find somewhere to travel and you don't need a passport, Puerto Rico is definitely a vibe. I love it there. I've been twice, and I would go back every day if I could. Like, I would stay there for I would probably spend a year there. It's so peaceful. The people are so sweet and nice. The food, the vibe, everything is just so peaceful. I love it there. Like, it was just so fun. I think I went there in March. Did I go there in March? Yeah, I had to be March. So yeah, went to Puerto Rico. Then, you know, even then I was still dealing with my breakup and just dealing with all that. So I'm trying to find happiness, I'm trying to find peace and everything, and then, you know, it's all fake at the end of the day, because I was still very, very, very sad and very, very, very lost. So, you know, April comes. I went to Atlanta in April because I went there for Easter, right? Yeah. So I went to Atlanta with my mom, my sister, and my dad. So, you know, I was still doing traveling. I was still living my life. You know, I was still, and don't get me wrong, in those moments I was doing those things, I was actually really happy. Like, I was actually happy. So if I was posting or anything like that, I wasn't faking no shit. I was actually genuinely happy in those moments. And then when those moments were over, I was instantly back, like, damn, you know. The moment I came back home, it was like, I fucking don't want to be here because I'm trapped in the same situation, you know. So I actually forgot to mention, in March and April, actually I was doing okay. My YouTube blew. Like, when me and my ex went through our situation, it was so crazy because I had filmed that fight video that I'll put it up here. That video blew up. Mind you, that video was on YouTube for a minute before it blew. And right after that, like right after when we was having our little rough situation, and like March, April, May, throughout that whole little path, my YouTube video was blowing up. Like, that video brought me hella subscribers, got me to monetization, all of that. Like, that was a big high for me, because YouTube has always been my dream, my passion. I love YouTube. I love everything about YouTube. I've been doing YouTube since middle school, but I just never been consistent because I'm dumb. But yeah, that was a real big high for me, like, literally. And to see that happen in the midst of me going through shit, I was like, dang, I really have the ability to really, you know, yeah. And I was very hesitant about uploading that video just because I didn't know what it was gonna come with or anything like that. But something told me, you know, put that video up. And at first it wasn't even doing what I thought it would do, until one night it just did what the fuck it gave what it was supposed to give, you feel me? So I just was like, oh wow, you know, that was just something that happened to me that really gave me a boost of courage and energy about my life. After that though, yeah. And then after all that, my YouTube started getting stagnant again. So a bitch was back sad, pretty much. So basically when we did go through our breakup, I came home. I came back to my mom's because I just needed to be around some type of support before I actually really did fucking lose myself, you know. So I came back home and I've been with my mom, so you know, yeah. So then, you know, April, told y'all I went to Atlanta or whatever. Everything was cool in April, wrapping up the semester, different things like that. I was chilling, still battling. Mind y'all, it's so crazy because you probably like, well, why are you still battling a breakup if y'all broke up? But we still had our apartment together. We still had our name on the lease together. So we still had to have some type of communication, you know. And then, like I told y'all, like that was really my first love, my everything, at like, you know. So it wasn't just gonna be no, oh, we just, you know, it wasn't just gonna be no, oh, you know. So we was still, you know, fucking with each other and things like that. Actually, April, things got really bad. Mind you, we were broken up, but we were still, you know, fucking with each other. So things got really bad because he was doing some shit. And yeah, so April, we stopped actually talking, and then we reconnected again in May. May, I went to Puerto Rico again with my best friend for her birthday. And I had a blast, y'all. When I tell y'all that trip was probably my favorite trip of the whole year. Like, I had a blast. Like, yo, if y'all didn't watch that vlog, go watch it. I'll put it up here. But that trip was the one. I'm telling y'all, like, that trip was the one, not the two, baby. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun. Yeah, and then I was actually cool. Like, I was fine. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't even worried about the things that were going on, you know, back home or with my situation or whatever the case may be, because I was actually having fun. The end of May, me and my ex started being toxic again and started talking again, so that came with some toxic shit. So yeah, it just was a mess. I literally been on an emotional roller coaster with everything since the beginning. But yeah, that was that. And then what month? Pretty much June. You know, our lease was up in July, so we actually had to go to court for something, because we had a breach in our lease because we had a dog that wasn't on the lease. Apartment complex was pretty pissed that we had a dog, and honestly, it wasn't even them. Our neighbor upstairs kept reporting us because we had a pit. So bitch was like, kept reporting us, kept being me. I almost fought her. Like, it was that bad. Like, she was so concerned about fucking 2 young kids living beneath her and minding our business so fucking bad that, like, she kept reporting the fact that we had a dog in the house to the apartment complex. Honestly, they probably wouldn't have gave a fuck about it if she wouldn't have said nothing, because it was so many pit bulls and big ass dogs that lived in those apartments. But because she lived over top of us and wanted to keep reporting it, and it was against the restrictions on there, mind y'all, we paid our rent on time all the time, everything was together, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't give a fuck. But because she wanted to keep reporting it, it's like, okay, if somebody reporting it, then we're gonna have to do something about it. So we had a breach in our lease or whatever about that. So we had to go to court for it. Yeah, so that was in June. Yeah, or was it July? No, it was in June. We went to court in June or whatever. So we were around each other, you know what I'm saying? Actually, me and my mom had got into it, so I was actually back staying at the apartment. He was gone, but then he would come back and forth, you know, just a lot. I don't really want to get into detail about that type of stuff. I told y'all I want to do another story time later on. But around that time, I found out, well, I didn't find out, he told me some stuff that, you know, broke my motherfucking heart into 1,000 pieces. So yeah, I don't even want to get into that. I tried to, you know, we just couldn't get it right, and we just wasn't, I guess it just, yeah. So plus with the information that he gave to me, I just knew things were going to be weird and different, and things were going to be off. So yeah. But that was May, right? May. And then June, that's when June, yep. So then January, February, March, July, that's when we had to get everything up out of the apartment. Mind y'all, I told you I had moved back to my mom, so none of my stuff was at the apartment, but because my name was still on the lease, I had to make sure everything was good. So yeah, because my name was on the lease or whatever, I had to make sure everything was good with the apartment and things like that. And then I had to make sure everything was cleared off as well with court and all that stuff like that. So we were in communication and stuff or whatever. Mental health wise, not good at all. Summer, I actually really did enjoy my summer though. So like June, July, August, I really did enjoy my summer. We didn't do much over the summer because COVID, and like the parties was like not even all that jumping for real. But even with that, I still enjoyed my summer. Like I had a nice summer. Did I do anything? Did I go nowhere? I didn't really travel too much over the summer. Like that's so crazy. I didn't really travel too much over the summer because I did all my traveling in the beginning of the year. So I didn't really travel too much. I went to the beach a few times. You know, I did things. Like I was actually feeling good. I told y'all in the summertime my depression slips away, and I'm more happy, more energetic, more able to be me. But even still dealing with everything I was dealing with, it still was kind of eating me up, beating me up. So I was still kind of going through shit, and I still wasn't 100% Maddie. I wasn't 100% myself at all. That's when I figured, you know, I was going to, summer was also the time I made the decision that I was going to take fall semester off. I already had that shit planned out, that I was not going to go to school in the fall. I was definitely going to take that semester off because I just needed a break. I needed to breathe. I did not want to go back to school in August. I didn't want to have to prepare myself for that. You know, school was going back on campus in some ways, and you had to be vaccinated. I was not fucking with that vaccine. So I was like, you know what? I can't, baby. So we just gonna take this little semester off. We just gonna rock out with our cock out. You feel me? Yeah. So we just gonna rock out with our glocks out. You feel me? So yeah. I just didn't want to do that. So June, July, August, I actually was doing pretty good. Things were actually okay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So August though, let's not skip August completely. August, I actually was being toxic again, you know, putting myself back in a toxic situation. So if I was in a toxic situation, how can I truly be okay, you know? My mom had caught COVID and my sister caught COVID in August, so I wasn't home. I'm not gonna say where I was and who I was with. I mean, y'all can put 1 and 2 together if y'all want. I don't really give a fuck, but I wasn't home because they had COVID, and I was, you know, back in a toxic situation. Put it together. So you know, that was fucking with me at the same time. My mental health was on a roller coaster with things. Definitely up and down. Definitely took me for a loop. Overall, my summer was pretty good, and I was trying to pick back up the weight I lost and trying to get back to me. I was really trying to get back to me that summer. Really focus on me. But at the same time, it was really hard because I'm really a routine type of person, and to really lose such a big part of me really, you know, broke me down. And then to keep going through little shit throughout that time, it just really hurt, you know. It really like broke me and made me feel like, I don't like to really say it. I don't really want to say it on camera because I feel like bitches and people just be trying to take shit and run with it. But I'm not a transparent person. I don't like people to see me or know what I really got going on. And if Tough Tony and Fake It Till You Make It was a person, it's me, because I'm not ready to sit here and let people see me be down, see me be broken, because that shit is like, no, bitches not ready to feed off of my bad energy and my bad spirit to be happy, because that's what people do, and I don't got time for no shit like that, whether you know them or not. Like, people really could be like, oh, her and her nigga broke up, ha ha, like, she thought she was happy, she thought she was so cute, ha ha, they broke up. Like, you don't even gotta know that person. Like, you don't gotta never see them a day in their life. People really be praying on your downfall, like, for real. Like, you don't even have to know them. That's the crazy part. Like, they don't have to be in your circle. People are really fucking malicious. Like, it's that simple. And even people in your circle, you still gotta watch it. Like, that's why you really gotta protect your energy, your spirit, because people are the devil. Like, people are really evil, and you just really don't be expecting people to be evil like that, especially people you don't even know. But like, people are really evil as fuck, and they really be conjuring up negativity. Like, yeah, even people from other ends, like, even if it has nothing to do with you, like, even people from his end probably like, oh, haha, he think he's so happy, he got him a bad bitch who's so in love with him, haha, 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 let me go be negative and say all this negative shit in the atmosphere. Oh, broken up, it worked. You know what I'm saying? Like, just shit like that. That's how I think. I don't care, like, call it what you want, but energy is real. So yeah, but that was basically my summer. That's how my summer went. It was pretty cool. You know, just a lot of roller coaster shit. Then you have September, October, November, and December. We're getting back into winter. Here comes the seasonal depression again. Yeah, so it's definitely back. Definitely battling that shit every day. You know, September, my sister's birthday. Cool, everything was cool. I wasn't really doing bad emotionally. I knew I wasn't going back to school, so I really was fine because I wasn't dealing with everything in school. So yeah, backtrack a little bit. We closed off the apartment. Everything with that was done, so I wasn't really tripping about that no more. I'm still at my mom's, you know, and I was still battling with that too, because me and my mom were hit. Like, I'm talking about the arguments and the fussing and the fighting was just so bad, and it was like constant, y'all. It was like it was so bad. Like, it was so bad, and I just didn't know. I didn't have nowhere to run to. Like, who am I gonna run to? I can't keep running to a toxic situation. Then I'm dealing with toxicity at home. So it's just like, where do I run? My damn car. But I'm not sleeping in this bitch, so what? Like, you know, it just really becomes a lot. Like, really, it become a lot. And then, like, I'm still young, so it's really just like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get my life together, how to get my life back on track. What is it that I'm not doing right? You know, I got real deep into prayer, especially around like September, October, really deep into prayer, because I really needed God to speak to me, to talk to me, to do something with my life, because it was just too much. It was something, I just wanted to be over. So I just was like, you know, I really got deep into prayer, started trying to figure out, trying to fight the seasonal depression before it came and got bad. But anxiety and depression is gonna fuck with you regardless. Like, it's literally just the hormones and the thoughts and all that stuff like that in your body. So it's just gonna fuck with you regardless, even if you let it get to you, it's gonna get to you. And even though I was praying it off and praying it away, I was still thinking, because I'm an overthinker. I overthink everything. I overthink, underthink, twist, turn, loop-de-loop, think. Like, I'm a think. That's just it. When you ask me what I'm doing, thinking. That's it. That's all. My thoughts think in the daytime, the nighttime, the evening, when I'm shitting, when I'm taking a shower, when I'm listening to music, when I'm driving, all that. I will sit in the car and drive with no music and just be in my thoughts all the way home from wherever I'm coming from. It's a problem I can't escape. So yeah, like, I just really be overthinking stuff, and not even overthinking, just thinking constantly in my thoughts. So it don't even be overthinking. It just be the fact that I'm thinking, period. But yeah, so I was battling with that, dealing with that, going through that, whoop-de-whoop. October wasn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't completely in depression state. I was okay. I was still dealing with hurts and pain and sorrow and suffering and all that kind of stuff. So I was still dealing with that. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention, in September I went to Pennsylvania to go see my grandmother for her birthday, so it felt really good to get away from Baltimore. I tried to do the whole you know, moving on with my life. Not gonna lie, I tried to, you know, move on from my situation, and it just wasn't as easy as I thought it was gonna be, because I knew that my heart was still with somebody else. So it wasn't like really easy. Nobody really could top what I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, when your heart is somewhere, your heart is there. That's just that, regardless of how fast or quick you want to try to move on. When your heart is somewhere else, your heart is going to be there regardless. So that was my situation. So that was September, October. November was just last month. So November, I just want to say, November, my mental health was at a 0. Not the whole November, but most of the November. November, my mental health was like a 0. I definitely had not escaped toxic. I definitely was still trying to find myself in the midst of everything. I told y'all I was battling, even coming back home to live with my mom. I was really battling that, because I told myself when I moved out I would never come back. Like, I don't care what I had to do, how hard I had to work, I would never come back home. And to have to come back home, that shit stressed me out. Not even just because me and my mom be butting heads sometimes, but just because I moved out. Like, what the fuck do I look like going, you know, continuing my life and then have to turn back and come back? Like, it just felt like a big ass slap in the face, a big ass L, a big ass bitch. You thought she was grown enough to go do shit on your own, and now look at you. That's really how it felt. Like, I wasn't good enough to be mature enough to take a leap of faith and be on my own. And it wasn't even that. I wasn't able to do it on my own. And it's not even that I still can't do it on my own. It's just the simple fact that a matter of I was really going through it. And I just knew that it was times when I didn't even want to get up for work. I didn't want to get up to do a lot of shit. So it's like, if I'm going through that, how am I going to live on my own again? I just really needed some type of energy that I could feed off of to be okay, because I was not okay. To this day still, I have my ups and my downs, and I really be feeling like, what the fuck? Like today, that's the reason why I came up with this video idea, because I really be having my moments where I really just be feeling like I just don't feel me. I don't feel good. I feel alone. I feel lost. I'm broken. I'm heartbroken, you know. And I hate that shit. I hate that shit, because I don't like weakness. I don't like none of that shit. I don't like to be weak. I don't like to be crying. I don't. Heartbroken, bitch, fuck you. I'm heartbroken. Like, that's why it's so crazy to me, because a nigga could never break my heart before I was with my ex. A nigga could never break my heart. A nigga could never do nothing. Fuck you! A nigga could never get nothing out of me. Not sex, nothing. Literally, a nigga couldn't even get a real emotion. Like, yeah, niggas used to try to play and do little stuff while I was talking to them, and they would, like, bother me. But, like, be emotionally insane and crazy over you? No. Like, after 2 days, I was good. Next, nigga. Who next? Who next? But, like, I really never experienced nothing like that before. So I was really going through it like, my whole life was up and then flipped completely the fuck over. Like, I just did not expect none of that shit. You couldn't have told me that was gonna be my life either, because I would have told you, what the fuck you talking about? You're lying. So yeah, November, my mental health, 0. That's all I'm gonna say. 0. I was definitely okay, but not okay. Like, I haven't been at a point where it's just like end all be all, because that's just not me. I got a lot of fight. I got a lot of, you know, courage and courageous, whatever the fuck the word is, and all that in me. Like, I ain't the type to just give up on myself. What the hell? What I look like? I got a bright ass future. Why would I just give up on myself? No. But it was like, it do be feeling like a lot. Like, it really be feeling like, damn, bitch, stop beating me up. Like, can I catch my breath, life? You want to keep banging me and beating me up? Stop. Like, let me catch my breath. Let me damn. So yeah, that was definitely that. But yeah, so then November, my anxiety went from uncontrolled, you know, I used to have control of my anxiety, to bitch having a full-blown anxiety attack almost every other day, literally. I was very able to manage my anxiety attacks, because I just you know, I manage them. But I had one that I could not manage. I couldn't manage it. I couldn't manage that shit at all. I literally felt my body just want to go numb and just collapse, and it just felt like it was over for me. I could not manage it. I couldn't see. I was driving, y'all. I couldn't see. I couldn't feel my legs. I couldn't do nothing. Like, it was so bad. And I knew right then and there, like, you gotta get yourself together, Maddie. You gotta focus. You really gotta get yourself together, because that was nothing I never felt before. I was hyperventilating. I couldn't breathe to save my life. Like, I literally felt like hell. And that's when I knew I really had to put in the work to get myself together. December, we're still in December. We're only, it's only the 12th day out here in December. So I'm up and down. I'm not as bad as I thought. You know, I don't know. I'm kind of, that's just how I am right now. My stage of my mental health right now is I don't know. I don't know. Like, I really don't know how I feel. Every day I talk to myself. Like, I don't care, call me crazy, but I talk to myself. I ask myself, how do you feel? How are you? Are you good? Are you bad? Like, what are you feeling? What's your thoughts? What's your mental health status? And every time I say I don't know, because I really just don't know where my head is at, how I'm feeling, how I want to react to certain stuff, how I want to feel. And the things leading up, I'm not going to talk about why I feel like that, because I don't want to talk about it. But the things that are going on in life at the moment is really just, you know, what's causing it. But I just kind of have to detach myself from everything, and it's just harder than I expected it to be. I thought I would be able to just emotionally detach myself, because I normally can. Like, that's why I normally can just emotionally be like, fuck it, and literally say fuck it. But for some reason I can't emotionally detach myself, and it's kind of fucking my head up, because why can't I emotionally detach myself and be moving on? You know what I'm saying? So just with any and everything, not even just whatever y'all may think I'm talking about. But yeah, so it's just I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and kind of just reflect to myself, because in a way it kind of does make me feel better to be able to just talk to the camera, because I really always been a camera talking type of bitch, you know. Sometimes I make videos that I don't upload because they get too personal and they just become video diaries. But this one I think I'm actually going to upload, just because it's a mental health update for you guys to just know that I'm vulnerable as well. Like, I'm a vulnerable person when I want to be. And I know I can't be the only one going through it. I'm pretty sure 2021 has been hectic for a lot of people. I know a lot of people have lost people. I lost an uncle in this year. Did I lose anybody else? Did I have any other deaths in my family? No. My dad lost his brother recently. So, you know, 2021 was very, very, very crazy. You know what I'm saying? Very up and down. And yeah, so I'm still just kind of battling everything. I just wanted to come on here and just kind of talk to you guys, talk to y'all, let y'all know where my mental health has been. If I'm uploading and I'm not uploading, that's why, because I really just am battling a lot of shit in my brain, and it kind of pushes me back from wanting to do stuff like edit and upload. But I'm trying to get back to me, so I'm promising to make more videos. I'm promising to be dedicated to my YouTube, because I really do want to get back to me. I need to do things that make me happy, the things that encourage me, the things that add to my bag, period. But yes, I do really need to focus on getting Madison back, getting my butt back, getting my motherfucking body back to stallion status. You feel me? So I just wanted to come on here and just kind of talk, just kind of reflect basically on my year, because it's almost over, and just kind of let y'all know where I've been at from everything that I've been going through, whatever the case may be. I don't like people in my business, so you know, it's not even really to share my business with y'all, because I don't like people to know all my business. It's just to be relatable, because I know that somebody else is probably going through the same exact situation as me, or somebody is probably really feeling some seasonal depression that's terrible. Somebody's feeling alone, somebody's feeling lost, somebody's feeling heartbroken. You know, I know that y'all are out there, and I know y'all probably watch my videos, so I don't ever want nobody who watches my videos or who supports me to feel alone. You're not alone. Whether you can't relate exactly, or you're watching this video and you can't really pinpoint what the fuck I'm talking about to relate to it, I'm pretty sure, just know that whatever it is, you're not alone. There's people to talk to. I really do think I need to see a therapist and talk to a therapist, because talking to myself works, but it only works to a certain extent, because I just feel like I need to find better ways to cope with the things that I go through. So I definitely do recommend, if you want to go see a therapist or whatever the case may be, definitely write things down in your journal or a journal, and just kind of talk out your emotions. Make video diaries like me or whatever, if you're feeling like you don't have nobody to talk to, but you really want to get some stuff off your chest. And honestly, it really does work, because you get it off your chest and you watch yourself back, you really be sitting there like, damn, like, oh, I'm good, like, you know what I'm saying? Even cry. You don't have to post it, but just cry, like, cry on camera, and you watch yourself crying. You'll be like, oh girl, no, you gotta get yourself together, like, for real. I had a video where I was crying, and I watched it, and it broke my heart again. It made me cry again, because it's just so heartbreaking to see yourself be that broken, you know, especially when you know what you were going through at that exact moment. So that should just really just be heartbreaking. But yeah, so as far as getting to the gist of everything, I will do another actual story time on the things that I really went through, with receipts of course. But I'm not ready to do that right now. I don't know when I'm gonna be ready to do it, because I don't want to cry. I don't want to come from a hurt place. But when I am ready, it will come. But yeah, so that's basically it for this video. I gotta go pick my best friend up from the airport. So I just want to say thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Shop LITWICKS on IG. And just know again that you're not alone and that you are loved and supported, even if you don't have a strong support system. So peace out, y'all.